Yeah, so we're in the UK. My first ever trip over to England, and I think it's been a success, to be honest. We're finishing up now our 4-day experience with a tour around Carroll Road. We brought the boys down here last night. They got to see a live Premier League game against Manchester United, and then we're now getting to see the stadium where the Manchester United players and Norwich players were playing last night. So unbelievable experience. Yeah, I think it's gone as well as it could have. We have to review it now, and I mean you can always do better. But for a first hit out, I think we've done a sterling effort, and I can't thank the staff enough. From the media guys to Juan Carlos, Ryan, has been an absolute trooper. I think everyone's really dug in, and it shows kind of what this project's about. That it's not just the glitz and glamour, but we've got people that are really here for the cause and just to do the best for the players.
The best thing probably about the academy is just being able to meet different footballers from around the world and play against the big teams that you wouldn't get to in Australia.
The coaches here are absolutely amazing. They help me in everything, teach me the movements, the run, the passes, what to do and what not to do, and to be honest, I've become such a better player since I've arrived.
If I had to describe football in one word, I would choose magical. It's just a sport that I couldn't describe how much it means to me, and everything revolves around it. And it's just all I have, and it's all I'm gonna have, and it's all I want to do for the rest of my life.
I would say life, because I feel like my life moves around football, and it's just, I'm always watching football, I'm always playing football, and I always have it on my mind.
Probably a dream, God's given me the ability to play, so I'm enjoying it. I have to keep working hard, training, and I'll see where it takes me.
I play football because I love it. Just love playing. I love the game, especially Spanish football.
For me, it's my life. Yes, it's my life.
I think I have talent, but like I say, it's not enough for all players. Even if you have talent, you have to work next to training and do everything you can to be at the top level.
Basically just, if you want to make it, just go for it. Train hard, work hard, and don't give up.
Be able to adapt and change to things. Soccer is a very subjective sport, and it's all about the coach's mind and what they're trying to play, but it's really been a fantastic experience for me, and I would recommend you come try it out yourself.
What drama we have here! Allowed to play on, puts a shot away, it's just another super goal!
I cannot believe what I have just seen! Welcome back everybody pitchside. England have won this one 22 points to 6.
Electric out the blocks.
Have completed the greatest of comebacks. Callum Liverpool, Godfrey, Callum, Godfrey, it's Stephen Godfrey, he's at the goal, Stephen Godfrey.
Your 2018 champions, the London Monarchs. Winners of 2018.
Boys, well done, boys, let's give it up, go on lads.
Wait. in like 8 minutes. Yeah? It could be weird you not commentating. I don't know what the viewers are going to think about it.
Oh, who's commentating?
We've got another guy.
What happened?
Tom is doing another game, so Richard has to do Tom's job, and then they get somebody else in to do Richard's job. Yeah, Manuel.
Might as well not full boys, to be honest with you. Might as well just sit in the coffee shop there.
It's all good in the hood. No, it's good. It's miserable today though. No, it's warm though, I have to say. I'll let you know when they start coming on the pitch. Yeah. What other games have you got going? It's roll on, roll off.
Yeah, so we're in the UK. My first ever trip over to England, and I think it's been a success, to be honest. We're finishing up now our 4-day experience with a tour around Carroll Road. We brought the boys down here last night. They got to see the live Premier League game against Manchester United, and then we're now getting to see the stadium where the Manchester United players and Norwich players were playing last night. So unbelievable experience. Yeah, I think it's gone as well as it could have. We have to review it now, and I mean you can always do better. But for a first hit out, I think we've done a sterling effort, and I can't thank the staff enough. From the media guys to Juan Carlos, Ryan, has been absolute trooper. I think everyone's really dug in, and it shows kind of what this project's about. That it's not just the glitz and glamour, but we've got people that are really here for the cause and just to do the best for the players.
The best thing probably about the academy is just being able to meet different footballers from around the world and play against the big teams that you win.
I'll sort it out in a minute for you.
Hamza!
Well, good afternoon to wherever you are in the world. I know we have a truly global audience tuning in for Our FC Malaga City matches. Today's opponents, Club Deportivo Torrox, in a top-of-the-table clash to see who can close the gap on league leaders Club Deportivo Mijas. Malaga City sat in second, lead Torrox by a mere point. A cluster of 4 teams sat there on 6 points, giving a congested picture of who the runners and riders are this season in the Andalusia Senior Primera Division Group 1. A change of stadium today. We're going au naturel onto the glass at the Estadio Deportivo E.López, Cuenca, in beautiful Calle, Neptuno. Though rather overcast today, 19 degrees, a humid, hot day. It's going to be exhaustive on the players, but with roll-on, roll-off subs, we shouldn't be short on energy at any point today. Let's see the teams just quickly before we kick off. In fact, we are off. Malaga controlling possession at the back, a nice, easy feel to things. And Malaga really on a roll at the moment. They started the season with that 4-1 loss to the leaders, Mijas, but since then have gone undefeated for 3 games, looking to make it 4 and looking to make it a 3-game winning streak. A draw followed, then a 4-0 victory over Fuengirola, and a 4-1 victory last week in fine fashion, coming from 1-0 down. But Torrox will pose a sterner threat today. They went well the week before against Fuengirola with a 3-1 victory, so we should be in for a match. But Malaga applying the pressure, long ball in, well controlled by Zaid, but a free kick. You see the athleticism of Zaid there matched up against the defenders in that narrow shot. We are live on Twitter today, Facebook and Instagram, so don't be shy in getting in touch with us. The hashtag is FCMC, and you can get behind the boys just as they're really flexing their muscles rather early in the game. They've got Torrox shackled in their half at the moment. They go long and all the way through to Neil De Jesus, the 19-year-old Geordie, who looks to distribute through to his back four. No pressure being applied on Malaga City at the moment as they probe down the right-hand side. It's fluid at the moment and comfortable going back to Baka, the Zimbabwean. He just drops back, controls the play, and he's playing a distributing role as Malaga are happy to sit in possession. Ivan Para searches long down the right, accurate ball. Torrox try and crowd Malaga. Lucas De Paula on the ball. Over the head of Zaid, first time shot volley. Oh. Ambition from Malaga right from the outset, testing the keeper's whereabouts as to where his poles are. Just sailing wide to the left upright. Torrox under pressure, Malaga starting well. Coach Adrian Dominguez deploying a 4-2-3-1 today with a back four of Thompson, Ariola, Para, and club legend George Jeremy, with Morris and Baka just providing that extra bit of coverage in front of them, mopping up the mess before it becomes too critical as and when Torrox attack, though we haven't seen too much from them so far. But Morris and Baca are also, with the touches, the skills, the vision, to feed De Paula, Oliveri, Goyo, the creators for Zaid. Zaid with 2 goals in that 4-0 victory last week against Benamiel. 4-1 victory, I beg your pardon. And Malaga now, they switch the play to the left, but dealt with well by the Torrox defence. That's all they're doing at the moment. They're doing it well, but the pressure certainly building. George Jeremy in shot there, the number 14. Really, FC Malaga City, his vision. The club owner, the man who's pulled this academy, this footballing movement together. Long throw, dealt with a bit sloppily by Torrox. Seemed a lack of conviction and organisation in the way they dealt with that. And it presents Sean Morris, the captain, with an opportunity to fire in the first set piece of the match. He goes short, played back to Morris. Wraps his foot around it, long back to the back post. Oh, fabulous save from the Torrox keeper. Unbelievable reactions and athleticism. Getting to the rebound as well. It looked for all money that Malaga would be turning in the ricochet from the pass, but incredible reactions from Torrox, saving their skin early. With less than 6 minutes gone, Malaga, look how comfortable they look with the ball at their feet, spreading the ball left and right, back to Baca's feet, time on the ball. He looks up, decides to venture down the left again to Baca. Morris dictating play, sends it to the right. At the feet of young Jacob Thompson, an Englishman, still in his teens. Loses possession, Torrox look to get some sort of foothold, but Malaga badgering them when they don't have the ball, and then dragging them around the field when they do. It's back in the centre, back just into the Malaga half, before going forward to Baca, turns away. No press from Torrox at the moment. Making it easy for Malaga. They drive down the right-hand side, switch it back. Baca on his left foot, goes over the top. Zaid chases, but the Torrox goalkeeper quick off his line and sending the ball into the Malaga half. Dealt with well by the defence. It's broken from Malaga winning the 50-50 challenge. Pumped forward again. There's some confusion between Zaid and one of his attacking partners as to who was taking ownership. And Torrox takes some possession. Blocked well, though. It's good harrying from Lucas De Paula. I know we've got a lot of Lucas De Paula fans watching, tweeting, chiming in. Bit of a YouTube sensation, LDP. Throw in from Torrox. Lost immediately. Malaga play it back. De Jesus distributes to the left. And Malaga are off again. First sighting of Angel Areola. Another youngster in this back four. A lot of youth. Angel Areola, 18 years old. Jacob Thompson, 19. But that is tempered by the experience of George Jeremy, Ivan Para, the 31-year-old alongside him. Both key influences within the club. Ivan Para, the team logistics manager. But he's not all just admin. There's plenty of flair there. 8 goals last season, modelling himself on Roberto Carlos. But it's a foul there from the youngster on the other side of defence, the right back, Jacob Thompson. Just clipping the heels of one of the Torrox players, and this will be welcome set piece for Torrox, who have not threatened at all in this first 10 minutes. Thompson being caught out of position, and in his attempts to make up the ground, clipping the Torrox players' heels. With the Torrox 9 hovering over the ball to swing one in. It's a high line from Malaga. Not deep enough from Torrox. Headed away. Torrox though, they probe again from the left-hand side. Bit of whip on the ball, difficult to deal with for Malaga. Before De Jesus intervenes authoritatively and sets Malaga on their way for another attack. Down the right-hand side, Malaga build again. Stringing a number of passes together. Bacca sitting very, very deep. We mentioned about the film that Bacca and Morris provide for the back four. Bacca, very much more the defensive-minded player. With Sean Morris seemingly with a license to stride forward and create some trouble in attack. But it's the right-hand side they're getting the most purchase at the moment. LDP, his left foot ball cut out. Good defense from Torrox. They repel Malaga once more, but a sloppy pass puts pressure on the Torrox right back, who loses the ball. Did he push the Malaga player in the back there? Wow. Referee disagrees before giving a free kick to Torrox. Certainly an element of frustration and dissatisfaction from the men in black. See Zaid there, the number 21. A couple of goals also. I tell you, the humidity today is approaching 80%. Yeah, Zaid still with tights on. Must be baking. But whatever works, if he crops up with a brace today, bring on the tights, that's what I say. Sean Morris spreading to Para, who just puts a little too much on that switch ball. Cedes possession to Torrox. Throw in on the right-hand side. Still in their half. Malaga, throw in, long over the top. Zaid uses his physicality to tip the ball on. Gets past the player, then he's fouled, but the referee says he was out of control, asks him to get back up. It's a Torrox goal kick. Nice play from Zaid, using his height, using his strength. The big South African. Strong header in the midfield from Malaga. Zaid chases, loses out. But Malaga still have possession. Cut back inside from the left. Great overload run from Maxime Oliveri. Pressure building. Wonderful touch from Malaga. The cross is on, but blocked by the Torrox number 5. Seemed a crucial intervention there. Malaga beginning to tick. One-touch passes with Torrox chasing shadows. Morris from the corner flag. Goes over the top, big looping. The header's there. Torrox clear from the 6-yard box. The keeper had lost where it was. It just needed a touch, but it was a red foot that came in to intervene. Can Thompson sling one in from the right. Torrox trying to shield the ball, but it's ground to a halt. Finds help from one of his defensive partners. It's really all hands to the pump for Torrox. They're just booming the ball away from their goal. Malaga have the ball on the ground, at their feet, go over the top. Control from Zaid. Bats off the attentions of a Torrox player. Force to the ground. Referee says play on. Before Malaga are too heavy-handed in the midfield and do give away a free kick. Torrox go quickly. Their attackers isolated, crowded out by the Malaga players. Morris gives it to Oliveri. Goyo on the ball. It's a tricky player on that left side. Malaga trying to free him up to be one-on-one with the Torrox right back, who in fairness is dealing him well. He'll need to be on his mettle all day. Goyo, a former 100-meter specialist, including relays in athletics. The tricky customer down that left flank. And the pressure's coming, a ball in from the left, no one at the back. Before De Paula puts it in. Torrox weak on the ball there, muscled off it by Malaga. And they go again. Interesting, despite all the possession, Malaga still populating the backfield with plenty of numbers. We see there, they switch the play to the right. 3 black-shirted men shoring things up, but they haven't looked short of numbers at any stage when they've been building attacks. And there's an admirable degree of patience by the way they're popping it around, 1 touch, 2 touch. Happy to go back, to go forward.
We're here tomorrow as well.
Thompson, drag back, creates some space before being dispossessed. We'll go to the left side of field. Morris cuts back. Weaves left again, turns around on himself. They're back in the center. Now to the right. Thompson, an opportunity to put the ball in, but it's a wild one. Off the side of the boot, over the bar. And Torrox with a goal kick. First slice of attacking light for Torrox as they play one through, but dealt with by Malaga. Back are really the centerpiece of building play from the back for FC Malaga. At the feet of Lucas De Pauli. Back to Bakker. Turns nicely. Oliveri surging forward, linking with Thompson. Pauli, Oliveira. And now Torrox, unable to get a touch on the ball, but they are containing Malaga. Malaga looking for that penetrative pass or ball, and maybe this one's it. LDP weaves in, back heel from Sean Morris. Puts the cross in, shaves the far left upright. That wasn't his intention, but it nearly came off. It's a foul. Advantage being played to Malaga, who put a ball in too much on it as it sails long and wide to the right of the post, over the bar. A small opening to get play in from the right-hand side. No clear-cut chances for Malaga. They'll be pleased with their work in this opening 20 minutes. But while Torrox have been under pressure, they have contained Malaga's attacking ambitions. After a number of headers, balls on the ground, but wasted. And into the hands of De Jesus. Malaga once again build from the back. Free kick to Torrox. So I mentioned the humidity here in Calle and Neptuno. Used to blazing sunshine, to be honest, but rather overcast. Not a particularly attractive day for the cameras. Probably a classic football day in the UK, plus an oppressive level of humidity. Only 19 degrees on the mercury. As I said, that precipitate. Sure, a few of the players hoping the skies are going to burst and give them a bit of rainy relief, but nothing coming at the moment. Bakker puts it in with his left, breaks to Thompson. Blocked by Torrox. First time ball over the top from Morris. Blocked. And Thompson just finds his captain. He goes to Bakker. Strides down the left-hand side. Cute play from Malaga. Turns inside. Oh! Oliveri with the tricks. But deflecting off the Torrox player. Third corner of the game. To Malaga. What will Sean Morris do here? We've seen him go short. Seen him go long. Cleared off the line. The desperate attempt last time. Surely he'll go long. With Big Zaid, the target. They go to the back post, so once again, they win the header. Again, Torrox first to the bounce of the ball. That's been the pattern so far. Dominant in the air, Malaga, but just not swift enough to toe poke that 50-50 first bounce ball in when it's in the area so far. All the play, all the pressure in the Torrox half. Look how far back their push. No one in the Malaga half. Their most promoted player, furthest forward by a mile. Great ball, but wonderful bravery from the Torrox keeper. He poses the question as to whether that challenge was too meaty. The referee happy with it. It was committed. It was at the ball. Just the Torrox keeper. A tiny bit of collateral damage to the commitment to get that header in. Torrox are in Malaga's half. Throw in on the right-hand side. They get the ball on the ground. Nice skills. Send it to the back post. Completely unattended. Swerves in, lays it off to a man on the edge of the 18-yard box, but cut out, crucially. But Torrox is still pressing. They're in the Malaga area. A tussle of legs. Torrox player goes down. Referee waves play on. Before a Torrox player trips. Nicky Goyo. Some remonstrations from the benches here, from the Torrox coaches. A lot of pointing, few questions being asked. Referee waves him away. He's the boss here. But it's Malaga who are bossing possession. Must be up towards the 80s. And as for territory, somewhere around the 90 mark. They've been absolutely dominant. Still yet to carve out that gilt-edged opportunity. Bakker looks to create that chance. Down the left, a hint of a foul. Sees Malaga lose possession, but an errant pass from Torrox. Give it straight back. Torrox need to really treasure it a bit more when they have it at their feet. They're just booting the ball away when they have it. Sure, that's going to be something that their coaching staff are going to want an improvement on when halftime comes in 20 minutes. Just that touch more composure on the ball. Malaga win the ball from the Torrox throw-in. Cut back inside by Jeremy. Lucas De Paula muscled out of it. Torrox move the ball forward. For a foul on their sole centre forward. Brings a halt to the play. And a small break in play. Water's on. Some concern being shown for the injured Torrox player. It looked innocuous. But clearly one of those niggly ones. A stud on the ankle, something of the sort. Doesn't look like too much, but boy, does it smart when you catch a stud in those soft, squishy bits and the hard bits around the ankle. So 0-0, approaching the half-hour mark. Malaga, all the pressure, all the possession, all the territory, but Torrox standing resolute at the moment. And breaking down the right-hand side, ball goes over the whitewash. To give a throw to Malaga. It's an interesting contest this. You identify the benchmark of these two sides. They both played Fuengirola in recently as well. Torrox, a convincing 3-1 win last week. Malaga dispatching them 4-0 a fortnight ago. So maybe Malaga with the edge in this game if you're looking at that matchup as a marker. Obviously Malaga ahead by a point in the league, chasing down Mijas, who were comfortable 4-1 victors on the first day of the season. But if Malaga can get a win today, next up is Ben Galbon, bottom of the table, 1 point. A win today, an opportunity against the bottom place team. Then they're on a roll with Algarribo following up afterwards, who are one of those teams locked on 6 points in that mid-table cluster. Torrox, long throw into the box. The header's won, but De Jesus is smart to react and gathers it in the air before throwing to the right. Play switch back through Morris to the left. Bakker charges forward, shapes for the long ball. Again, withdraws, ball's back at his feet. Moves forward, drops back into the pocket. Ball back over the top to Morris. Lovely outside of the foot control. Thompson on the right-hand side, threads it to De Paula, who goes back inside himself. Working in unison with his right back at the moment. Morris is across to help. This is nice in Malaga. Bakker from range. Doesn't quite get a hold of it. Here we see Gr.A, lovely first touch. Just gave himself the room to wind up for the shot, but not catching it cleanly. Remember, it's the first time that Malaga are playing in Calle Neptuno. COVID dictating the terms as to where they play their home matches thus far. They've been on 4G pitches. It's their first home game on grass. There may be a little bit of adjustment time required for some of these boys with the weight of the pass, the feel of the ball on the foot under the real blades of grass. As Torrox surge forward, it calls for an intervention from Ivan Para, who shows his experience in identifying the threat and cutting off the angle and the intent of Torrox. First real passage of sustained pressure from Torrox. It's the most we've seen them in the Malaga half. They're enjoying it. And this is their first corner of the game. We saw an element of trouble from a long throw. That's a nice ball, but one in the air by Morris. It goes out to the Torrox player. He whips it back in. Oh, Jesus. He's brave in getting down to the bounce of the ball, contesting with the Torrox forward. There was the first one, won well by Morris. But then look at that, oh, lethal ball into the box. The Torrox forward just missing it on the half bounce, but De Jesus right in to cut it out. Get a closer look. Wonderful bravery from the Malaga keeper. To corner to Torrox. After we've dealt with an injury to one of their players from the collision with De Jesus. He's looked really assured between the sticks, De Jesus. Young lad as well, 19 years old. You see him with his arms in the air, he's vocal, he's dominant. But they've got another test coming up, this time from the right foot with the cross. Narrow to the near post. Morris cuts it out again, controlled by Torrox. Little bit of skill, can't get the elevation. It's along the floor, cut out by Malaga. And they weather the storm, the first Torrox storm of the afternoon. They're growing in confidence with possession. Very good footwork on the ground. But here's a break for Malaga. Cut out, crucially, by the Torrox midfield, before it falls back to Bakker. It's to the back four. They spread it. They're moving right. Thompson asking for it. But Ivan Para, the old head in that back four, slowing things up before Morris pushes forward to Bakker. We move left again. Nice play from Malaga, opening up the Torrox midfield. They really are dominating that space. Bakker threads one down the left-hand side. Oliveira, first to it. Shows good footwork. He's held back by the Torrox right back. blatantly. An easy decision for the referee, who brandishes him a red card. Oh! Now that would have been a bit of drama on 34 minutes. But he's clearly got his colours mixed up. I don't think he's got a yellow card on him. Let's have a look at that again. Oh, complete shock, stunned silence. As the referee goes to his assistant to get the colour for the right punishment for the cynical foul. Still not happy with just a yellow. But hey, better than a red.
I've never seen that before. I don't know about that. That's hilarious. They actually had 2 red cards.
Well, the Torrox player is still not happy, looking for a downgrade of the yellow, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Hamza, you see this goof? He had 2 red cards. The referee.
Okay. We're set to continue. Interesting to see what delivery we see from Malaga. We've got the right foot of Morris and the left of Jeremy. What will they go? His right foot swung into the near post. One at the near post, and what a header! Ivan Para, the 31-year-old defender, diving forward at an angle, skimming it from the most acute of angles, evades the despairing dive of the Torrox keeper after a pinpoint delivery from captain Sean Morris. And that's the first goal of the game. Malaga lead Torrox 1-0, and you've got to say it is absolutely deserved in terms of possession, pressure, territory. They've lacked that quality ball, that killer finish, but it comes from Ivan Para on the 35th minute, and Malaga lead Torrox 1-0.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, usually you say go back to the game.
Concern here for Jeremy.
You need to let me know what I'm doing.
Who's down, but he's up. He's a tough man to take off the field.
That was George, wasn't it?
The FC Malaga patriarch. Azide wins the ball. See him drawing himself forward into the Malaga half more, maybe to try and win himself some possession. But they need to deal with this Torrox attack first. It's like Sean Morris there. Get it up. But nice to see Zaid looking for work. He's been quiet the last 15 minutes. No opportunities falling to him, so searching for it deeper in his own half. Adrian Dominguez. Barking instructions, certainly not in his technical area, but it all looks like good-natured stuff. Although irate at the challenge, going in on Baka. Baka really, really the linchpin of this defensive structure that Malaga employ. Yes, you've got the solidity of Thompson, Areola, Para and Jeremy at the back, but Baka adding that extra layer of defense, but also with the ability to distribute and free up the more attacking-minded likes of De Paula, Oliveri, Goyo. It's been a multi-pronged attack from Malaga in this first half. Left side, right side, not much penetration through the middle. So they'll be looking for a bit more quality on those crosses into the middle. But they fashion themselves a number of opportunities. Here's Oliveira puts it in. Too close to the keeper. Intervention from Areola. Backer on the ball, picks his man. Left foot over the top to the back. Is there too much? Yes, there is. Oliveira competing with Torrox. But a goal kick. Torrox players unhappy with the challenge. Look to be certainly one to compete for. And the referee agreeing. Five minutes remain to the half-time whistle. Can Torrox respond in that time? They've had maybe 5 minutes of good attacking pressure where they strung a couple of corners back to back, and can see that they're a troublesome side when they're putting balls into the danger area, into that opposition 18-yard box. We just haven't seen enough of it. Malaga truly have been dominant on the ball, but also have Torrox pressured them enough. They've stood off them, they've allowed Malaga to play. It's been an armchair ride for the men in black. As a long throw comes in. Zaid wins the first header. It's anyone's ball. Turn! Whipped in by FC Malaga.
This one. Number 2.
Number 2, Lucas De Paula. The crowd favourite, LDP. The Twitter and Instagram is going mad. It was the header won by Zaid before De Paula spun on a sixpence, hit it pure, past the left hand of the Torrox goalie. Look at this, pirouettes like a ballerina, bam. No chance for the Torrox keeper. And that really reinforces Malaga's dominance in this first half. They'll be thirsty for a third. They've got 3.5 minutes to do it. And you can see the spring in their step. Wonderful shape still from Malaga. The back four apparent to see. De Jesus unleashes the defense once more. Searching ball into the middle. Everybody looking to get their feet on the ball as it was. Thompson back to the goal scorer, Ivan Para. Backer pretty much sitting in central defense now. Time on the ball. What do they want to do? Do they want to see this out, or do they want to threaten again? They look to threaten. Lucas De Paula. So scrambling through, but the ball's lost. Here we see a foul. Big sort of strong step into Thompson. Hint of an arm coming across. Again, Malaga setting up with this right foot, left foot question mark. Jeremy in the 14 jersey. Surely Sean Morris after the ball he put in for the first, but it's Jeremy. High balloon over the top. Zaid, even he's not tall enough for that one. Well claimed by the Torrox goalkeeper, who throws it out to his right back, who goes on a charge, gets some purchase before Malaga clear it into their coach, Adrian Dominguez. Looks a far more settled soul on that right touchline now that Malaga are 2 goals to the good. Clumsy from Torrox. As their number 9 clambers all over the back. of Angel Areola, almost wearing him like a backpack as he fell to the floor. Last minute of the first half, FC Malaga have been supreme thus far. Their 2-0 lead just deserts for the control they've exerted. With this passing at the back really summing up their ease at which they've played. Thompson spreads it down the right flank. A Jink tries to go on the outside, put the cross in, it's deflected. Off the Torrox player, my mistake. Straight out from the boots of Thompson. Torrox with the goal kick in the closing moments of this half. The clock is with the referee. We have had a couple of injuries to Torrox players, so maybe some time in the bank and maybe some time to nick one back before half-time for Torrox. Nice footwork on the right-hand side, but he's crowded into corner before the ball skirms free. FC Malaga put boot to ball. Zaid, a nuisance in amongst their back three defenders who've hung back. Torrox send a searching ball forward to the right. That's nice play. Not offside either. Can he get the cross in? Long, high, over the top. Lucas De Paula showing he doesn't just score goals, but he puts his defensive shift on as well, heading the ball away for a corner. FC Malaga need to be careful. Torrox hungry for a goal to take into the sheds at half-time. This surely the final passage of play before the whistle. A cluster of red and black bodies in the middle, like a packet of wine gums in the 18-yard box. The ball's slung long over the top from the left foot. Bakker charges on, looking to counter swiftly before the halftime whistle. But the ball just squirms over the white paint. And the referee says that's enough for the first half, and what a first half for FC Malaga City. They lead Club Deportivo Torrox 2-0. The opener from Ivan Para, the defender, after a pinpoint cross from captain Sean Morris. Before confusion in the box after a Zaid one header from a long throw presented the opportunity for fans' favourite Lucas De Paula to net with his right foot and give FC Malaga a deserved lead. 2-0 at half-time. They lead here in Calle Neptuno at the Estadio Deportivo E.López, Cuenca. You've got time to stick the kettle on, grab a biscuit, make a cup of tea, and we'll be back shortly after some messages from our partners and sponsors.
What drama we have here? Allowed to play on, puts a shot away, it's another super goal.
Welcome back, everybody, pitchside. England have won this one 22 points to 6.
Electric out the blocks.
Have completed the
okay because the actual screen on the camera is good enough, that it's big enough to be okay. No, so we moved that file to a place we didn't know we can go into the room. That has undercover. Oh no, I haven't got all the screens for these cameras, I've only got the ones for the bigger one. No, I've got them out here. Yeah. 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 Although it's clear
Yeah, so
now.
we're in the UK. My first ever trip over
Yeah,
to
yeah.
England, and
It's
you know, I
nice
think
up
it's
here.
been a success, to be honest. You know, we're finishing up now our 4-day
And yeah, the sun's
experience with
coming
a
out,
tour
the
around
clouds
Carroll
are
Road. We
clear.
brought the boys down here last night. They got to see a live Premier League game against Manchester United, and then we're now getting to see the stadium where the Manchester United players and Norwich players were playing last night. So you know, unbelievable experience. Yeah, I think
I can
you know
see
it's
the
gone as
sea,
well as
but
it
the
could have. You know,
pole's
we have to
right in the
review
way,
it
so I
now,
can't
and
show
I
you
mean you
that.
can always do better. But for a first hit out, you know, I think
Nice
we've done
houses and palm
a
trees.
sterling effort, and I can't thank the staff enough. You know, from the media guys to Juan Carlos, Ryan,
you,
you know, has been
get that bag back
absolute
in
trooper.
the
You know,
end?
and I think everyone's really dug in,
Is
and
it
it
still
shows
in
kind of
Malaga?
what this project's about. That it's not just the glitz and glamour, but we've got people that are really here for the cause and just to do the best for the players.
The best thing probably about the academy is just being able to meet different footballers from around the world and play against the big teams that you wouldn't get to in Australia.
The coaches here are absolutely amazing. They help me in everything, teach me the movements, the run, the passes, what to do and what not to do. To be honest, I've become such a better player since I've arrived.
If I had to describe football in one word, I would choose magical. It's just a sport that I couldn't describe how much it means to me, and everything revolves around it, and it's just all I have, and it's all I'm gonna have, and it's all I want to do for the rest of my life.
I would say life, because I feel like my life moves around football, and it's just, I'm always watching football, I'm always playing football, and I just always have it on my mind.
Probably a dream, you know. God's given me the ability to play, so I'm enjoying it. I have to keep working hard, training, and we'll see where it takes me.
I play football because
nice. Yeah.
I love it. Just love playing. I love the game, especially Spanish football.
For me, it's like, it's my life. It's my life.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I think I have talent, but like I say, it's not enough for all players. Even if you have talent, you have to work next to training and do everything you can to be at the top level.
Basically just, if you want to make it, just go for it. Train hard, work hard, and don't give up.
Be able to adapt and change to things. Soccer is a very subjective sport, and it's all about the coach's mind and what they're trying to play.
Really?
But it's really been a fantastic experience for me, and I would recommend you come try it out
It's unusual
yourself.
for the senior boys. Oh, he's playing football down at the bottom. Yeah, well, Emmanuel knows what he's doing now. He's done so many games. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a new person for tomorrow because Emmanuel and Will both be playing the clashes with the female game. I'll find someone. Oh, nice. So you don't have to push all the buttons. Have you had two commentators? Yeah, very true. Maybe if you came in for the beginning of the second half, but yeah, not halfway through though.
so we're in the UK. My first ever trip over to England, and I think it's been a success, to be honest. We're finishing up now our 4-day experience with a tour around Carroll Road. We brought the boys down here last night. They got to see the live Premier League game against Manchester United, and then we're now getting to see the stadium where the Manchester United players and Norwich players were playing last night. So unbelievable experience. Yeah, I think it's gone as well as it could have. We have to review it now, and I mean you can always do better. But for a first hit out, I think we've done a sterling effort, and I can't thank the staff enough. From the media guys to Juan Carlos, Ryan, has been an absolute trooper. I think everyone's really dug in, and it shows kind of what this project's about. That it's not just the glitz and glamour, but we've got people that are really here for the cause and just to do the best for the players.
He's actually quite a tough ref.
The best thing probably about the academy is just being able to meet different footballers from around the world and play against the big teams that you won't get to in Australia.
The coaches here are absolutely amazing. They help me in everything, teach me the movements, the run, the passes, what to do and what not to do, and to be honest, I've become such a better player since I've arrived.
If I had to describe football in one word, I would choose magical. It's just a sport that I couldn't describe how much it means to me, and everything revolves around it, and it's just all I have. It's all I'm gonna have.
Like a microphone or something.
That's all I want to do
So
for the
you
rest
can
of my life.
commentate as well?
I would say life.
Yeah, it's just for like
Because
interviews and stuff.
I feel like my life moves around football, and it's just, I'm always watching football, I'm always playing football, and I always have it on my mind.
Yeah.
Probably a dream, God's given me the abilities to
We
play,
need to
so
change the
I'm
settings
enjoying
in
it.
here.
I have to keep working hard, training, and I'll
Do
see
you
where
need me
it
to make
takes
it
me.
slightly taller?
I play football because I love it. Just
You
love
sure?
playing. I
We have
love
time.
the game, especially Spanish football.
For me, it's like
Hamza! Hamza, I'm your biggest fan!
I think
Do something, do skill!
talent, but
Yeah.
like I say, it's not
Do something,
enough
bro.
for all players. Even if
It's
you have
on
talent,
you.
you have to work next to training and do everything you can to be at the top level.
Basically just, if you want to make it, just go for it, train hard, work hard, and don't give up.
Be able to adapt and change to things. Soccer is a very subjective sport, and it's all about the coach's mind and what they're trying to play, but it's really been a fantastic experience for me, and I would recommend you come try it out yourself.
6'2".
That's all you get. You get one guess.
How far off was I?
We're so far.
6'5".
I'm 5'7".
5'7". No, I'm 5'5". That's impossible.
2 inches is a lot.
Sorry. That's my fault. Oh yeah, here they come.
Hamza! CD Torrox, CD Torrox, CD Torrox, CD Torrox, CD Torrox.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Calle Neptuno for FC Malaga City v Club Deportivo Torrox. And really, it is the first half to delight in if you are an FC Malaga City fan. 2-0 they lead after the first 45 minutes. And even Para header finally feathered in from the near post after a Sean Morris low slung cross from the left-hand side. And then Lucas De Paula very swiftly afterwards, profiting from a Zaid header, causing chaos in the Torrox box. First to the bounce, and a pounce with a plumb right-footed shot past the goalie. So Torrox lacklustered in the first half, need energy, but they need goals more than anything. And this is already a better start from them. They find some room on the left-hand side before cutting in. Ball over the top with the right foot, dealt with by the Malaga defense. Long shots on the half volley. Ooh, De Jesus was interested momentarily before watching the ball sail over the crossbar. But good intent from Torrox. I'm not sure if we saw the best of them in that first half. Not much of a press defensively. though we're seeing them higher already as Malaga look to play out. I think their main concern would be that they just couldn't get any time on the ball, couldn't get sustained pressure, couldn't build that momentum. So some stern half-time words, I'm sure, from their coach in terms of commitment and composure. And it's reaping rewards at the moment. That's beautiful play. Torrox, can they get one back? But Ivan Parra was first across, the goal scorer, preventing one there. Lovely touch from the big number 9 of Torrox. And I beg your pardon, it was Bakker and Parra concertining on the Torrox number 15, who was locked and loaded, pulled the right trigger, got another shot away. But De Jesus watching it flying to the side netting. Malaga need to be on their mettle. They'll want to extend their lead. They'll want to score more goals. But Torrox are the ones who started with a spring in their step. Numbers back for Malaga, but clumsy numbers. A foul from Olivieri. And Torrox with a free kick from nigh on exactly the same position that Sean Morris clipped his goal-scoring assist in from, again from a free kick. They went with the right foot to bend it round the two-man wall. It was a wonderful header from Parra. Is it Torrox's time to show us what they can do from set piece? It was messy in the Malaga box when Torrox had a couple of corners in the first half. A long throw also causing confusion. They go with the right foot, swing it in. Ooh, crucial header from Nicky Goyo. He watched and followed the Torrox attacker closely, all the way from the back post. The number 6 missing it, and Goyo making sure it went over. De Jesus was approaching behind, but decisive from Goyo. Seen him as an attacking threat for much of the game, but doing his defensive share. Huge numbers in the Malaga box. Lot of opportunity. Great ball from Torrox. Headed away by the captain Morris, who then hounds Torrox alongside De Paula. Breaks for Torrox, a miss hit when it was sitting up so invitingly on the half volley. It was just a bit of a stretch. There's their shot. Oh, a rainbow kick. Gets past the first man, doesn't get past the second man. Angel Areola. One for the showboat. Turned George Jeremy inside out, but Areola across to deal with the threat. A weak corner, wasted opportunity for Malaga. Clear pretty well, they take possession, but then foul the Torrox player who wowed us with his skill a moment ago. Just flicks past Parra, who body checks the Torrox player. The linesman helping him out. No booking, or is there? He's flirting with his pocket. Rather unhelpfully, the referee sporting a bright yellow whistle today. So every time you glance at his hand, you think he's going to brandish a card. Torrox go high, long to the back post. Torrox heads on it first. But they can't steer it on target. 2-0 it remains. Two Torrox players squabbling over that. but also good pressure from the Malaga defence. It's Malaga who are under the pump early in this second half. The 2-goal cushion. There we go. Our scoreboard reinstatus. I was searching for it a moment ago. Just like you, I imagine. Hundreds and hundreds of messages pouring in with the hashtag. Oh, as Goya breaks the hashtag FCMC. The long throw, Zaid winning it again. Goya turned inside, wrapped his right foot around, but couldn't get it wide enough to beat the Torrox keeper. Good opportunity that for Goya. Prominent at both ends of the fields in the second half. There you go. There's the hashtag FCMC. In fact, over 1,000 of you getting in touch in the first half. So keep the chat coming. Keep interacting with each other. Keep sending your messages of support in for the players. Certainly helping Malaga, who break down the left. They're in some space. Zaid breaks away, calling for it. It is unattended at the top of the 18-yard box, but it was cut out by the Torrox player. But that wasn't after a foul came in on George Jeremy just as he crossed it. Let's take a look. It's not the piece of footage we wanted, but you have to take my word for it. Take the referee's whistle's word for it. We see the familiar setup of Morris and Jeremy offering options with either foot. Morris is going to sling this in, goes to the back post. Well claimed by the keeper with Areola rushing in at the back. Bacca, strong in defence. Listed in the midfield, but so interchangeable. Him and Areola seeming to switch in and out of each other's positions. And, oh, well, that's good strength. Referee says play on. Torrox emerged with the ball. Thompson intercepts. Can Malaga counter? They put the foot on. They slow it down. They go back. Good numbers from Malaga in their own half. Control from Jeremy. Back to Bacca. Thompson. To Bacca. Short pass. Needed a bit more on it, but Malaga come away with it. And they break down the left-hand side. Jeremy whips it in. Acrobatic clearance from Torrox with Zaid lurking, looking for his third in 2 games. A brace last week in the 4-1 win over Benamiel. He's turned provider today once for LDP's finish. But I'm pretty sure he'd like to get himself on the score sheet and his name up in lights this afternoon. Long throw. Torrox. Claim it. Put the laces through it. And Malaga back in possession. Quick throw. Bacca plays it. 1-2 to Goyo. The referee plays advantage. Morris. Whoa. That one has not come out of the screws. Splays it right. Torrox. Oh, they're having a torrid time in possession. The throw-in finds the man, but immediately 2 black jerseys around him, harassing him, making it so uncomfortable. Zaid wins the ball in the air. Torrox are going down the right-hand side. A late challenge on a Malaga player there in the middle. Looks like Oliveri. He's writhing in pain still. For Malaga take the decision to put the ball out so that he can receive some attention. Let's have a look. So Bacca plays it back. It's a long ball over the top. Zaid wins it in the air a touch, and then a boot left in from the Torrox player. No remorse as he jogs away to then confront Goyo, but looks like it's nothing too serious. A bit of a hobble and a limp. He'll run it off. Oliveri made of stern stuff. The game restarts with a drop ball. And Malaga in possession. Send it back home. To Bacca's feet. Loose header from Jeremy. He fights to get back, but Bacca's already won it. Oliveri, good feet, tricky feet. Did that go off? Yes, it did. Good spot from the referee. But a good passage for Malaga as well. They've broken up Torrox's play, as well as carving out the opportunity for Nicky Goyo, who's on the ball now, outside of the foot, played inside. Oliveri scrapping for it, plays the ball through. Zaid beaten to the punch. There's two players down now. Oliveri pointing out to the referee that someone's stood on the front of his foot. Really painful error, that. A Torrox player also down with an injury. It's getting competitive now. Getting looser. And that's a loose ball. Through ball to Zaid. Can he pounce on it? Oh, he was offside anyway. Fast reactions from the Torrox keeper. Look at Zaid down, bottom of your screen. He calls for it through, just strays offside at the crucial moment of the ball being played. No VAR to rule otherwise, but it was immaterial as the Torrox keeper came out and claimed it. Oliveri recovered from his 2 moments on the floor with injury. Now influential in the midfield, but it's Morris who spreads it out to Thompson and to the goal scorer, Lucas De Paula, who goes back to Thompson, back to Bacca, back to the other goal scorer, Para, all the way back to De Jesus. There's no pressure on Malaga to be scoring the goals, and they've been at ease on the ball all day. Happy to pass back to advance forward. Zaid tackled late. He's down on the floor. Referee says there's nothing in it. It's back up. And Malaga build again, but retreating again. Great energy from the Torrox number 15. And really, really good in this second half. Oh, very agricultural challenge in the air, right into the back of Lucas De Paula. There's a long ball from De Jesus. You haven't seen too many of those from him today. Let's take a look at this. Ooh. Lucas De Paula, not the tallest man on the field of play. Getting airborne well enough to be first to that ball before being clattered from behind. And that will be his last bit of play, his last contribution to the game. Lucas De Paula, scorer of the second goal, departs for the afternoon, and number 18, Quinda, into the fray. Exciting player, and he's right on it straight away. That's Goya, I beg your pardon. To Bacca. Wonderful ball. Finds Jeremy, who slides to keep it in. Oh, he'd done all the hard work, then got tangled in his feet. think George Jeremy was actually offside there, so a free kick to Torrox from the bowels of their half, close to the corner flag. As Torrox ring the changes as well. Could be a busy touchline for the next few minutes. All the substitutes allowed to be used, all interchange as well. So what I said, that was the final contribution of Lucas de Paula. Maybe it's not. Maybe we'll see him again. But a foul in the midfield. It's getting scrappy. It's getting a little bit petty in the midfield. Feet being kept in, a trip here, stamp there. And the referee looking to nip this sort of behaviour in the bud with a yellow card to the Torrox player. Lots of messages pouring in through the social channels. Jaspino, aquí está Raúl Salza, Gustavo Enrique. Plenty of chats on the channels discussing the game, discussing a multitude of things, I'm sure. Discussing where Malaga's third goal is going to come from, or if Torrox will fight their way back into the game with a goal and bring it to 2-1. They're happy to play around with it in a dangerous area of the field. Whew. Hairy stuff if you're a Torrox fan. Game's lost a lot of shape, lost a bit of class in the last 10 minutes. No passes sticking, no discernible sustained possession for either side. But Malaga playing football in the right areas. Goyo to Zaid. Ooh. Gets a shot away on target with his right foot, but the Torrox keeper is down smartly for a comfortable save. Goya turned it inside with Zaid coming round the corner. I think a man of Zaid's finishing ability would look to have got a bit more on that shot. Goyo, we're seeing a lot more of him in this second half. Cute touch before being taken out by a Torrox player. Goyo lies prostrate on the field. Beautiful flick back before being cynically tripped, seeing colliding into the referee on his way down. So he had a front row seat. And that foul from Torrox has presented Malaga with the familiar shape of, I was going to say, Jeremy and Morris, to leave the question mark hangover which foot would be delivering the free kick. But George Jeremy's making his way from the field, applauds his way off. Malaga make their second substitution, bringing a bit of fresh energy, bit of youth onto the field. A wasted free kick from the centre, and Torrox look to go quickly. I believe that replacement being Isaiah Jones. As Malaga carve out another opportunity for Zaid, but offside once again. Let's take a look. Oh, well off. Whoa! Was the 16 playing him on? Probably not. Looked like Zaid had strayed just far enough to make it a comfortable decision. For the replacement, Goya picks a Torrox pocket, but can't get to the ball first before it's booted long up to De Jesus. who really is patient zero when it comes to building these attacks for Malaga. We see Thompson, he's switched to the left-hand side. Saw him all first half, linking up very nicely with Lucas De Paula. Maxime Oliveri down the right-hand side, but on the left now, taking the throw in. Fancy feet, back to Thompson. And back to Jesus. Ivan Para. All the time in the world, finds his man. One of the replacements, Isaiah Jones, the Englishman. As Cameron Williams comes on to replace Maxime Oliveri. Oliveri's played well. He's been a real link between the defence and the tackle all afternoon, but just beginning to become the object of Torrox's fouling intentions in the midfield. So he's probably relieved to be taking a seat on the bench, having been taken down a few times in the last 10 minutes. And a great opportunity for some of the younger members of this Malaga team to make an impression. Cameron Williams, a 19-year-old from California, actually played against his keeper, Neil De Jesus, back in 2014. So they know each other as adversaries, but they're developing as teammates now and developing their football. Couple of young boys looking to make their mark. Very different ends of the spectrum, though. Cameron Williams, an attacking midfielder. Real ball player. They'll want to get it to his feet as much as possible. See if he can create. Goyo, though, is going through the middle. Puts a lovely ball in. Look at the speed. Ball across to Zaid. He can't miss. Right in front of the goal. Well, that's the best goal of the afternoon for FC Malaga City. And Zaid will have had few simpler finishes. But he needed to be there to put the cherry on top of a flowing move that ripped the Torrox defence open. Look at this ball from Goye. He's been really special in this second half. Before Quinda, the replacement, found the killer ball. And Zaid, cool as you like, makes it 3 in 2 games. And says, you know what? I've made 1 goal. I've scored 1. I think I'm done for the day. Zaid replaced by Javiania. A Spanish man on for the big South African. Javiania, very tight technical player. Played a lot of futsal in his time. We all know that sort of ball on the floor, tiki-taka style, you know, that served the Spanish greats like Barcelona so well. So, very technically strong player. Very different player to Zaid, who offers so much physical presence and really a natural eye for goal. Torrox, where do they go from here? 20 minutes, 3 goals behind. They have looked livelier in attack compared to the first half. They've looked more committed, they've had a lot more purpose, but nothing to show for it so far. Big long throw, but numbers in from both sides, but chiefly Malaga, who have the speed to break now. Oh, lovely from Cuenca. Cynical from Torrox. Adrian Dominguez's arms splayed out. He's furious with that challenge. Cuenca, we saw the gas as he set up Zaid. It was a pull first, it was a tug, then he had a nibble, and then he had another one. Horrible, cynical foul from Torrox. There was a man coming across to cover Cuenca, so no straight red being the last man. But if Cuenca was away there, it was looking like goal number 4 for FC Malaga City, who really deserve it. They have been truly dominant all afternoon. They haven't forced anything, that's for sure. They've just carefully, thoughtfully, and persistently broken Torrox down. From all angles on the pitch, it's been impressive, the comforts with which Malaga have spread the ball around the midfield, the defence, left to right. As we lose another goal scorer, even Para off the field, meaning Dino Leddy. A real globetrotter for a 19-year-old, that's for sure. He's played football in Sweden, Spain, multiple clubs in Scotland. So youth replacing experience and goals. All the goal scorers off the field. Can one of the remaining 11 add their name to the score sheet? A good week for Scottish football, I'm sure Dino Leddy will agree, after the exploits of the national team against Serbia from the penalty spot. I wonder if Dino's got a goal and a boogie-woogie in him this afternoon. He's got 17 minutes to make an impression. And I mentioned the conditions here that we're commentating, that we're playing in. How oppressive and exhausting this level of humidity can be. I'm sure on your screens where you're watching, you can see grey leaden clouds, but they're full of heavy, hot rain.
It's cold now.
Torrox have been sparing with their use of the bench. Malaga, lots of young men coming on, lots of energy. Is that going to tell in this final 15 minutes? Will FC Malaga hammer home this 3-goal advantage and grow it into a rout? Long throw over the top. Torrox control it briefly before Malaga put it out for a corner. Gone quickly as well. Some trickery on the left-hand side before a ball in, looping. But De Jesus, just as he's been all day, assured, 2 hands, and a confident take. There we go, despite the attentions of a couple of large and committed Torrox players. Ooh, De Jesus under some pressure. I think he thought he had more time than he actually did. Or maybe he had just the right amount of time, because he's got it upfield, and Malaga have distributed this now to Jacob Thompson, the right back come left back before control. On the outside of the box after a half clearance from Torrox. It looked like Sean Morris hit that one with his left, which would probably explain the lack of accuracy. Right foot dominant, very accurate as well, as we saw from the first goal. As Nicky Goyo departs, been a good afternoon for the Zimbabwean, particularly good in the second half. And the number 23, who isn't on my team sheet, but I can tell you is Dani Dos Santos, is coming to make a surprise cameo. So, FC Malaga pulling substitutes out of the hat, it seems. Everybody wants a piece of this game. They really have been excellent this afternoon. Well, Torrox have had a couple of moments, namely from the flanks, from corners, long throws, the odd set piece. It just hasn't been sustained. It hasn't felt like they've been in control at any stage. Here he is, Dos Santos. Foot to the ball early. Driving from Quinda. Finds Jones. Jones beats his man. The ball goes in to the back post. Too far, too much on it. Thompson fights to keep it in, he does so. But Torrox are first to his hard work, and Baka brilliant all day, defensively, controllingly from the back. Just slots it to Quinda, who's fouled in the midfield. The tackles have been scrappy from Torrox in the midfield in this second half. Nothing malicious, nothing cynical, just a bit of bad timing. And Sean Morris steps up. Baka providing the left-footed option. You'd say the way that Morris is looking around that he's going to be the head honcho on this. The Major League Soccer veteran and under-19 academy coach here. Just clips on over the top. It's gone all the way through to the back, cross back in, cleared by Torrox, but the pressure's still on. The red jerseys flood out. They've beaten the black of Malaga back into their own half. That's good defense from Torrox. Still Malaga in possession. Forced back to De Jesus. Morris. He's covered a lot of ground today. He's down as a central defender, but he's been popping up on either flank. Obviously the chief set piece taker for FC Malaga. A real captain's performance today. Just really hasn't allowed Torrox to settle. We see that passage there, Torrox in possession, but really struggling to keep the ball on the ground at the feet. A lot of bouncing balls, a lot of 50-50 headed opportunities being presented to both sides. They've struggled to retain any control throughout the match. But I tell you what, they've got a number of cannons when it comes to throw-ins. That one going all the way into the Malaga half. Thompson, he's the one clearing it up. Artfully played between the defenders. Quinda, ooh, puts his foot up though. The Torrox player was stooping low. Referee acknowledges that with a yellow card. Seems harsh. Fair play to the Torrox defender. He was right back up, but we see here, yes, maybe the foot a little high. but not helped by the stooping header of the Torrox player. He was straight back up, no meal made of it, but a yellow card for Quindon nevertheless. Pumped forward. Calls of handball. Referee doesn't see it the crowd's way. And a throw to Torrox. Look at that. Whew. Launches it into the box. Confusion reigns. And De Jesus lucky to be the first to it. It is an absolute rocket. That throw-in that Torrox have in their armoury. I wonder why we've only just begun to see it now. You know, it really can be weaponised, that sort of throw-in, where you've essentially got a corner taker from the sideline, coming from a different angle that teams aren't used to defending. And it's definitely proved problematic for FC Malaga as they have their pockets picked in the midfield. Torrox in possession. Can they break with Malaga disorganised? Malaga, they're the hungriest here, aren't they? They harry back, men behind the ball. Well organised, good press. Look, Thompson badgering at the heels like a little terrier, nipping away. And yes, that is a Malaga ball. Thompson, quick with the throw-in. To the number 9, Javi Anya. Haven't seen much of Javi since he came on as a replacement. Got 7 minutes to make a mark. Torrox reverts to the long ball. Anya finds Bakker in the middle. Spreads it to the right flank. Easy stuff from Malaga. Bakker, really, he is the linchpin. Oh, not enough on that pass. And Torrox, oh, ambitious. Great vision to spot the goalkeeper off his line. The pass was a bit short. Torrox were first to it, and it was a quick fire shot. He saw De Jesus off his line, just maybe 1-2 inches higher. That would have been a sublime finish. But De Jesus backpedaling fast enough to make the save. Can Malaga make it a fourth? They'll have a chance to do so from the corner.
How long's left?
Sean Morris, well, that's not on the corner line. But no one there to officiate it. Hell of a ball, batted away by the keeper. Malaga are first to it, it's scrappy. Torrox eventually clear it, but only to the edge of the box. Malaga still have the chance. At the feet of Morris, who goes back. Play developing on the left. Jones puts the ball in, too much whip, too much power, not enough accuracy. And Torrox watch it sail over for a goal kick.
Torrox subs.
So with just under 5 minutes remaining, this surely will be a win for FC Malaga City to cement their position in second place in the league, taking them to 10 points. Club Deportivo Mijas, of course, the runaway leaders really at the moment. 4 wins from 4, 12 points before today. But FC Malaga building some momentum, finding some form, and certainly some shape. 4-0, 4-1, and 3-3 as it stands, their last 3 results. I mentioned before they go to Ben Galbon, bottom of the table with 1 point. Next, followed by Al Gharaib. They could string a couple more wins together. They are looking good. Torrox, however, they'll have to dust themselves down after today. They'll see themselves surely slide down the table with Al Gharaib, Mies Las Iguanas, Marbella, all on 6 points. And the likes of Atletico Benamiel, Fuengirola, all chasing from the bottom half of the table. Well, Torrox attack here down the right-hand side. They can't get the cross past the first defender on the edge of the 18-yard box. They pump it forwards. They win the first header. The second header is broken to their attacker on the 18-yard box. They try to set up the extra man at the top of the D, but under a sliding tackle pressure from Sean Morris, the ball is skied with the help of a deflection from the shin of Morris. And De Jesus will have to marshal the defence of one more corner. Swept in with the left foot. Oh, strong header from around about the penalty spot. De Jesus, he hasn't had much to do today, but he smartly sprung up with one hand to tip the ball over the bar. Good, strong header from the middle of the area. De Jesus pumped up to keep a clean sheet. He's got 2 minutes to see out. It'll be only FC Malaga's second of the season. Right foot, very high, looping, sliced off the left boot of a Malaga defender, but retrieved by the left wing before he boots it out. We're into the closing moments, 90 seconds left. Malaga in possession, but in their own half. Still looking to play football though, not just hoofing the ball in to the Torrox half. Still trying to pass their way out. It's been a great exhibition of confident passing football from Malaga, but committed in defence as well. We see a full-blooded tackle there, slid in to cede a corner to Torrox, into the hands of their football-propelled launcher. Here it comes. One in the air first by Torrox, fumbled by De Jesus, but no other red shirt following up. Incredibly difficult ball to defend with it coming in flat and from the angle further up the field. Something to watch out for other teams who will be facing Torrox in the league this year. But really, we're celebrating a fine performance from FC Malaga. As we move into added time from the referee, Malaga happy to keep possession, working the triangles in the midfield. Slide forward, a body check, but advantage being played. Bakker fires a cross in to the left, swept clear by Torrox. Some tired legs out there, but Malaga still press. Sean Morris, he's been the dictator-in-chief of all the creative play today. Wonderful diagonal ball over the top to Anya. He plays it back. Oh! We almost finished with a Quinda flourish, but the ball just going past the left-hand upright. Lovely back heel from Anya. Oh, that would have rounded off. a terrific day's football for FC Malaga. There's still time. But a goal kick to Torrox with 91 minutes on the clock. Few injuries in this second half. Feels to me the final whistle is on the horizon. The ball's pumped once more into the centre of the field. Bakker first to it, outside of the boot. And you can't quite get there first. Bakker moves onto the outside of his left boot again. This dual playmaker system of Bakker and Morris in front of the back four has been untouchable today. Back to De Jesus, confident passing. And that is that, says our referee. Goals from Ivan Para and Lucas De Paula in the first half. Gave FC Malaga City a 2-0 cushion over Club Deportivo Torrox in the first half. A bit more open in the second 45, with Torrox starting with a bit more vim and vigour in their step. But a Zaid goal, probably the best of the bunch, with flowing play from a Cuenca cross from the right-hand side, putting pay to any of Torrox's ambitions for a win here at the first game of the season at the Estadio Deportivo E.López, Cuenca. Means that it's FC Malaga who win this 3-0. Here's a recap of the goals. Sean Morris with the low whipped cross, met by Ivan Para at the near post. A wonderfully, artfully directed cross. Fist-pumping celebration before a long throw on. Zaid winning it. And it was LDP, first to the bounce, turning on a sixpence and hitting it pure past the Torrox keeper. Before one of the replacements, Cuenca latched onto a ball from Goya, and Zaid, cool as you like, with the left foot finish, and no one in the goal to stop him, making it 3-0. 3-0 the final score here in Calle, Neptuno. FC Malaga, next game against Ben Galbon. As I said, the bottom of the table at the moment with 1 point. They'll be earmarking that as another 3-pointer as they chase down Club Deportivo Mijas, who sit top of the table. However, the next FC Malaga action can be found tomorrow. 9:30 GMT, 10:30 CT. The Femeninos are playing Santa Rosalia Maqueda here on the stream. Come and watch, be interactive, use that hashtag FCMC, and we will see you tomorrow.
What drama we have here! Allowed to play on, puts a shot away. It's just another super goal.
I cannot believe what I have just seen.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Pitch side. England have won this one, 22 points to 6.
We'll have to change it next time.
Electric out the blocks.
Have completed the greatest of comebacks. Callum Hoover, Godfrey, Callum, Godfrey, it's Stephen Godfrey, he's at the goal, Stephen Godfrey.
You're 2018 champions, the London Monarchs.